Are we facing spiritual blindness? In today's gospel reading, that is Mark chapter 8, verses 22 to 26, we have Jesus and his disciples in a place called Bethsaida. There we have people bring to Jesus a blind man and they beg Jesus to touch him and heal him. Now Jesus takes this blind man by hand out of the village and there he heals him. First he takes a little spittle and places his hands on the blind man's eyes. Then when Jesus asks him whether he can see, the blind man looks up and he says that he can see some people but they look like trees walking around. Once again Jesus places his hands on his eyes, and then when the blind man opens his eyesight is restored fully and he can see everything clearly. Then Jesus sends the blind man back to his home and he says to him, "Do not even enter the village." It's so important to note that Jesus takes this blind man by hand and leads him out of the village. Can you imagine? That's quite a distance for Jesus to walk with that blind man out of the village. He surely must have had some conversation with this blind man. I wonder what it was. Many a times we face spiritual blindness. We know what God's laws are, we know what are the commandments. But when it comes to judging our neighbors and those around us, it is so very easy. But when it comes to use those same things for ourselves, we put on different filters, causing distorted viewpoints, and instead we too fall into bigger sins. Similarly, when Jesus says, "Do not even enter the village," we need to note that what would be this village situation that we ourselves put us into that keep us away from our home, our true home. Is it the kind of group of friends that we hang out with, the WhatsApp groups that we engage in, the people or the influencers that we follow on social media? Are they imparting the right values, the right ideology to us? Is it just okay just for our entertainment's sake to view whatever we like despite knowing that it is wrong or leads us into sin? It's so important to note what we are viewing, what we are reading, what kind of ideologies that we are following, because these things keep us away from our ultimate home, our goal, that is our heaven. And these things are so easily lost when in our daily lives we commit these small sins and we let go of them, just sweeping it off the rug, under the rug, thinking it doesn't matter. However, we don't realize how far it is taking us from our homes. So this is my small reflection on today's gospel reading. God bless you all. I will see you tomorrow.